Oh my god, it's been so long since I posted a video like this. Life has been crazy. I started jewelry business. I'm juggling like work and content creation and the business. It's just been a lot. It's been crazy. It was like my birthday and like the holidays, July 4th. So, but we back, okay? So, how to win at life. I feel like I'm in a good place right now where I can talk about this. I spent probably the last 2-3 years healing myself with therapy, working on myself, all that stuff, right? So I'm gonna try to help you because I wish I had someone to tell me these things when I was going through it. So how to win that life, how to overcome your fears and live the life you want. First things first is asking yourself, what is the meaning of life? I know we're always looking for like the meaning, our purpose, things like that, right? But honestly, at the end of the day, the meaning of life is the meaning you give it. Life is actually meaningless. It's what you want out of it. If you want to live a life where you just work and like have kids, get married, that's fine. At the end of the day, if that's what you want and you're satisfied, that's enough. But if you want more, then you're gonna have to put in the work to get more. Because obviously whatever you're doing now and you're not happy with where you're at, whatever you're doing up until now hasn't worked. So now you're gonna have to do new things to get to where you want, to live the life you want, right? The second thing is to stop chasing happiness. I know this one's kind of hard. It's always easy for us to say like, I'll be happy if I like make this amount of money. I'll be happy when I move away. I'll be happy when I have this. That's the problem. You're placing your happiness in something, and every time you get it, you're just gonna keep putting your happiness into something else, and then you're always gonna be just chasing happiness and you're just never gonna be satisfied, and that's gonna be your downfall. How to stop chasing happiness is pretty much just accepting where you are in life right now and having patience until you get to where you want. And honestly, at the end of the day, when you reach your goal, it's not as satisfying. It is satisfying, but the most satisfactory thing is the process to getting there. I think that's where we miss a lot, is that we're always just trying to get over like the learning, the mistakes, like getting there and the process. We just want to be there, but it's all about the journey. And I just think we forget about that, because in the journey is where it's the most fun. The journey is where you like have the most growth. It's where you learn the most. It's where you get broken down and like you learn so much about yourself in the process of getting from point A to point B. I also know that like it's really hard to not be happy, especially financially. I feel like a lot of us struggle with this, me particularly, but I've learned that I have friends that have so much money, but they're just not happy, because at the end of the day, you have to fix what's inside. Happiness truly comes from within. It really sounds cliche, but these cliche meanings come from something, right? Like they mean something, right? So really like don't attach your happiness to external factors. If you can make the most of your current situation and where you are, that is where true happiness lies. The third thing, invest in meaningful connections. I don't want to get too deep into friendship because that's not what this is about. But really, you are who you surround yourself with. So if you don't like who you are, maybe you can take a look at the people you're around. Are you around people who party? Are you around people who are lazy? Are you around people who are unmotivated? How are these people going to help you get to where you are? As you get older, you change, and so will the people around you. The people around you is a reflection of who you are. So when I meet people, I look at their friends. I look at like who they talk to and see the kind of person they are. People kind of miss this too. And honestly, like it's not even just that. It's just think about the kind of connections you want. Are you okay with just having surface level connections? Do you want more genuine, more vulnerable connections? Do you want to be around people who bring out the best in you? Everyone's different. Everyone has their preference, you know? So I personally prefer genuine connections. I don't like that surface level shit. And you know what? Honestly, life happens and people drift apart. Like they have their own things they're doing, like you're in your own phase of your life, and sometimes it just doesn't match up, and that's okay. You outgrow friendships. Sometimes people are in your life for a season or for a reason, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just, you know, sometimes you just have to take a step back and reevaluate your friendships and the connections that you have in your life. Fourth thing, living in the moment. You know when they say time flies when you're having fun? That is so true. I used to always worry about like the future. Like, oh my god, like will I ever have this? Will I ever have that? Or I would like reminisce on the past, like, oh, like I miss doing this. I miss being the person I used to be. But we are so distracted in the past and the future that we forget to stay in the present. Truly, the only moment that matters is now. The only moment that is important is now. The only moment that's happening is now. Things that happened in the past happened already. Things in the future that hasn't happened yet. So just focus on right now. Do the things you want to do. Do things that make you happy. Hang out with your friends. Go take yourself out on a date. Do things for yourself in this moment. Make plans. Make the effort. I know I struggled a lot with summers because I'm always like, wow, summer doesn't feel like it used to be, like when I was a kid. But honestly, as an adult, you have to make the effort to make plans. You have to make the effort to make your life fun. It just doesn't happen like it used to when you're a kid. And that's one thing I struggle to accept. But this summer, I've been making the effort to grill, to tan, to pool, like to do a bunch of stuff. And honestly, it's been so much fun. So seriously, your life is in your hands and just focus on the present moment. And all that time you spend worrying or reminiscing or pondering, you can really use that time and energy to focus on your goals and like what you want out of life. Number 5, make healthy habits. I know I feel like a lot of people are probably sick of hearing this, but it's so true. When you look good, you feel good. That's the truth, okay? I'm not saying like beauty matters, but to a certain extent, beauty does matter. When you look good, people treat you better. When you look good, people talk to you different. I know it sounds so superficial, but as humans, that's like innate in us, okay? So I used to be like, oh, like I don't want to put on makeup, like that's so much work. But honestly, one, like you're never gonna be as young as you are now, okay? And two, like just put in the effort. Because I also saw this video of this elderly lady and she said, you know, you can really take things for granted when you're younger, because she was like, she's older now, like much older, like probably 60, 70, whatever. And she's like, you know, it's so hard for me to even hold a hair curler. And I don't know, when she said that, something in me clicked. I'm like, you know what, you're right. I'm never gonna be as young as I am now, so why not make the effort to look as best as I can? Because eventually we're all gonna age and we're not gonna look the same, so might as well enjoy what we look like now, right? And then obviously as you get older, you really need to take care of your body. You're not as invincible as you used to be, unfortunately. You need to think more about like exercising. I don't love going to the gym, but you know, I make the effort to go to the gym. You don't have to gym, you can do Pilates, spin, like whatever floats your boat, yoga. It does not have to be the gym. Just move your body. And then definitely stretch. Okay, I know a lot of people hate hearing that, but stretching really gets your like blood flowing. It helps with recovery. It helps with your mobility. Do these things for your body. I like to journal. I actually don't like to journal, but I journal anyway, because when you overthink, the best thing is to write it out. Once you write it out on paper, or you can even type it, write it on your phone, whatever works for you, whatever is easiest, really helps. And I really like to meditate. Again, I know people hate meditating, I don't know why, but it's really not that bad. Like a lot of people think like, I don't know, I can't just sit there and just like not think. But the whole point of meditating is to let your thoughts go wild and just to observe your thoughts. Okay, I like to put on like music, meditation music. It really helps instead of just sitting in silence, and you really dive deep within yourself and you learn so much about yourself during meditation, like just sitting in stillness. I think it also really helps too, because you know, we're always living in the world of like social media and like the hustle and bustle and just always like go. It's really nice to just sit with yourself and just like let things just, doing these things for yourself also helps build discipline. And the more you build discipline, the more you learn to trust yourself. And the more you trust yourself, the more you feel confident in yourself, and then the more you love yourself. It's like literally a snowball effect. So, you know, do these things for yourself and everything will fall into place. Number 6, pick up a hobby. Pick up a hobby. Keep yourself busy. Most of the time you're worrying is because you have the time to worry. You know, paint or like draw. Join a community with something you're interested in. That's the problem with adults, is that we don't really have a community like we did back in the day, like when we were in college, high school. Like we were surrounded by communities of people, but we don't have that as much as when we get older. So you really have to make the effort to find your own interest and like build on it. You know, you can like play pickleball, you can play tennis, you can play bowling, you can like pick something, anything. Just don't sit at home all day and think, because when you're sitting around and you're not doing it, of course your mind's gonna wander. So keep yourself busy, and then it also helps explore like what you like and your creativity. At one point I really liked doing puzzles. Okay, I miss my puzzle era. They're expensive though, but you can do Legos, like you can do anything can be a hobby. You can just color book, crossword, so many things. Just keep your mind stimulated. Number 7, get to know yourself. I feel like a lot of people don't actually know who they are, like outside their friendships, outside their relationship, outside their traumas. Like, just get to know yourself, understand why you are the way you are, understand your quirks, understand like the good and bad parts of you, learn your values, align yourself with people who have similar values. Take yourself out on a date. I bet you've never done that before. It's actually pretty fun. I took myself out to the movies. It was actually not that bad. I was like, wow, like I'm doing things for myself. And also, of course, like understanding your traumas, understanding like what made you the way you are, and if there's anything you want to change, like make the steps to make the changes. It's not what happens to you that's your fault, but it's on you to move forward from that. Doing things by yourself doesn't mean like you're lonely. Being alone is different than being lonely. You can literally have all the people in the world and still feel lonely. But taking yourself out and like doing things for yourself, you really build this trust within yourself. Like, wow, like I can do this on my own. Like I don't need someone to be happy. Friends, relationship. And when you move forward in life, you meet people who complement your life. You don't meet people who try to fill the void that you need to fill yourself. You meet people that complement you and like, you know, help you on this journey called life. Number 8, practice acceptance. I think this is a really hard one because as human beings, we love to control things. We love to control everything we can because being not in control is uncomfortable, and I can say that for myself. I think when I had to learn how to relinquish my control, it was really difficult, but it's actually not that bad. Sometimes life happens for you, not to you. People think like, oh my god, like, why is this happening to me? But if you change your mindset to being like what is this trying to teach me? You know, what is this, what am I supposed to learn here? It really helps because life happens for you, not to you. Life is always gonna have challenges, and at the end of the day, it's learning how to navigate these challenges so when you come face to face with them, it's not stressful. You don't worry as much. You know you got this in the bag. You're like, oh, I got this. I know who I am. Like I can handle anything. Number 9, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. As humans, innately, we love to be comfort. We love to be in comfort. We love to just have money. We love to do nice things. Like, but in order to get money and do those things, you're gonna have to get uncomfortable. Okay, you're gonna have to step outside your comfort zone, whether you like it or not. I'm sorry. Like, this is the truth. Like, making content for me is very uncomfortable, but I need the practice, okay? The more you do it, the more you get your reps in, the better you get at it. So you just have to keep doing it. Put yourself out there. Honestly, also, when you do things that are uncomfortable, it also slows time down, okay? When you're learning new things. That's why they say life is like a blur, because you're doing the same thing over and over again, and the days start to blend in together. But when you start doing new things, the days go by slower, and it feels like you're living a more fulfilling life when you're doing things for yourself and learning new things. I did a solo trip to Japan, okay? That shit was scary. Like, all my friends thought I was freaking crazy. But honestly, like, that was probably one of the best things I could ever done for myself, because I feel like my horizon has been expanded. And like, I wouldn't have been able to learn the things I've learned unless I put myself out there, unless I took that step. You just have to take that first step. And last but not least is just enjoying the journey. I feel like we're always rushing through life. Like, we're always trying to get married, have kids, like reach this goal, reach that goal, and like we just forget to have fun in the process. Like, the whole point of this is the journey. All I always say is all you need in life is good food and good company, and everything else follows. It's just a lot. It's hard for a lot of people to see it that way, but truly it's all about the journey. Because when you think about it, all the times that like for college, right, graduation, like that's the goal, right, to graduate college. But I don't remember I do remember my graduation day, but I remember college the most. You know, when you think back on the goals you reach, you remember that moment you reached the goal, but you remember the process getting there the more. So just take it easy, take it slow, and enjoy the journey. And everything that's meant for you will definitely come for you, as long as you take the steps to work towards it and you have the intentions. So this is how you can win at life. And I feel like life has been really good lately because I have been intentional with the things I want to do. I've been being more purposeful with the plans I make and the things I want to do with my life, and it's been feeling really fulfilling, and I've been feeling a lot more happy. And sometimes I wonder, like, wow, is it okay for me to be this happy? Like, you know, because I've never been so happy in so long that I feel wrong. It's weird, right? But Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what your goals are, or like what you think, anything else you want me to talk about. I love you guys.